How great. Oh, but look at this, with this magazine, I got
Mine's
glasses.
pretty good with that. Sorry. It's
7:04.
7:04. Call a meeting of the Agricultural Commission to order. This meeting is being recorded by PAC TV. Anyone intending to make an audio or video recording of this meeting should notify the chair at this time. Present, Jean Landis-Nauman, husband I, who is acting as chauffeur,
Anybody get?
Deb
Thank you.
Deb Muller, Karen Johnson, myself, John Lovell, Louis Santos, and Christine Nava Malthrope. Sorry.
It's okay.
All righty. First item on the agenda, and I'm gonna let Jean start this one, is a discussion about farming in Duxbury.
Okay, so we had Brett and George join us 2 months ago to talk about,
It was 2 months.
yeah, to talk about what they were doing with the town of Duxbury on a piece of property up there off of Route 53. You know, it was an RFP that the town put out, and Brett responded. George is I think he referred to himself as he's a tree guy, arborist. So they came and talk to us about exactly what they're doing, the plans, you know, their long range, the short term, and all the things that they're doing on that property. So I talked to John, and we said, John, you know, we have a group in town, kind of led by Pine, that would like to purchase the Silver Project Korea's box. Excuse me, I took some medicine.
So I do that all the time. I enjoy the medicine.
And as you know, most of it is bogs right now. There's an antique home on 2 acres. There's another house on the property. There's a barn, you know, shed there for equipment. And in my mind, it kind of made sense to at least consider an agricultural component for that property, since it is currently agriculture. Thought of losing more agricultural land in Kingston really bothers me. And according to what Pine has told me, her plan is basically she wants to restore the Downs River section through his property. He has been utilizing water from the Downs River. He's got pumps in the middle of the river, and she would like to undo all of that. She still wanted to maintain the front bog, perhaps as a new pick. Bog, which of course I have some concerns about.
Can I-
I'm
Sorry,
okay.
I'm just gonna, if she wants to maintain or upgrade the Jones River and pull the pumps out, where's she gonna get the water?
Well, that's it. There's
So that's
that
fine.
consideration. You still have to have someone farming the bog. It's
Yeah.
not gonna operate on its own.
And without care, it'll quickly turn to weeds.
Exactly. And I believe she has some interest in filling in some of the other bogs.
Not that was against the law.
I don't know.
No,
No,
No.
it depends on the circumstances, because we filled in a bog
I
on our
remember that.
property.
but I thought that was.
But it was because we're now growing hay, because we're growing pasture
Okay,
instead of growing cranberries, so it's still being used for an agricultural purpose, so they allowed it.
who was they?
Conservation, we had, I don't know, DEP,
Yeah.
we had a DEP number for the job, the whole bit, I don't know.
Through the state, through the town?
Both.
Both, because we had to go in front of the conservation committee to get permission to do it.
Mhm.
It was so long ago, Marie, I don't exactly remember everything we did, but I know we had to go in front of conservation.
And did you have to fill it in with anything specific? I mean, you had the rules.
No, we had to maintain, there's a natural brook that runs through the middle of what was the bog.
Mhm.
We had to maintain that natural brook so that the flow of the river was still good. And, we couldn't put any fencing or anything. I think it's 20 feet on either side of that brook. Those were our only real rules.
limitations.
Yeah,
Okay, so we've got this antique house, which, you know, I'm on the Affordable Housing Trust, and she had asked us about making that an affordable housing unit, and we said it was built in 1830. I don't think you want to put someone who's, you know, financially strapped in an antique house that's going to require constant upkeep. So I asked Hi if John and I could come down and talk to her and her assistant there, Jimmy Powell. So we made arrangements to go down there on a Friday evening, and let's just say she has pretty well in her mind what she wants. And she was all excited about showing us the videos with the pictures up on the screen about what she wants. It really wasn't a two-way conversation. She's pretty firm in what she wants, but I've also talked with Matt Pinella, who's the conservation agent. He is working with her because they're obviously going to have to get quite a few grants. What is the asking price? It was
3.3.
yeah, 3.3 million. We know she's asked for CPC funds to do, I think, like an appraisal and analysis. But it would take quite a bit of grant money to do it. She wants to utilize the other house that's in the middle of the bogs as
Set
a,
the house like it was in.
yes,
Yeah.
as a conservation center. And she wasn't quite sure what they would do with the barn facility. So what I tried to explain to her was I thought that the antique house and the 2 acres it's on would lend itself to a truck farmer, somebody who would want to live there and perhaps raise vegetables or crops on that 2 acres. You could get a lot of
Yeah.
vegetables on 2 acres.
Mhm.
And he might also be interested in maintaining that bog, which he wants to maintain. So that was what I tried to propose, and not sure how much of it she heard. Because like I say, she has pretty firm ideas about what she wants to do there. So I just wanted to share with you what I thought would be a possibility. We don't have any of the details of how that would be done. We do have an example right next to us in Duxbury about how that sort of thing can be done. And there's just another attempt to maintain some agriculture in the community, not lose all of that acreage.
and just not have it get developed.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be developed, it would just be conservation,
Yeah.
conservation land.
Well, if the town agrees to buy it,
Right,
right?
yeah, because it is a 61A.
Yeah.
And.
How many acres altogether?
Hmm?
How many
We're
acres?
at 6,
60?
Yeah, I
Wow.
think so.
20 something.
Yeah, the conservation agent is really interested in it too, because, you know, obviously they want the conservation land, but also it would provide parking and better access to the halfway property. Because now it's just a very narrow little strip that you can go in and out, and there's not much parking. So he's interested in doing that.
Which property is that happening?
To the rest. Rogers Bogs on that side of the street. You went to
You just go down that dirt
yeah,
road,
it's a dirt
right on the corner,
Yeah.
right where
It's
you
a
take the
nice
fence.
conservation
Oh,
area.
it's on your house.
Okay, I've never been
Does
down.
that property go that property does, yeah, that's the.
It goes
and
like,
then does it connect to the property behind the school too? or other property?
Raises some fine,
goes everywhere.
Wow,
fine wild
It
animals.
connects. But what happened to the bogs behind your house? They went to help.
That's right. They got
And the
overgrown.
same ones that, those are the ones that Silver Lake.
Yeah, yeah.
And
They're not as bad as the Keller. That's got 20-foot trees on it. You know, but
it's not going to take long if the Korea property is not maintained before you get seedlings
no,
and
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
seedlings in a short period of time. I was told by Mark Clear, that's the tree name, Clear, yeah, that a pine tree on average, will grow 3 feet a year.
Ah,
So if
so
it's,
they're amazing.
if
yeah.
you have relatively, and you said it's fine, so it doesn't have to be really, really rich soil, but you've got some sort of rich soil and, you've got water, you said 3 feet, 3 feet a year. He's doing some work for you. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of oaks too on the cranberry.
And
Lot of
the
pine
seeds
trees.
will blow right into
Huh.
this man.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my take on it. I just wanted to share that with you. I made clear to Pine, I was not representing the agricultural commission. That was just a thought I had. I did talk to Matt about it. He is quite open to it. He said he's very much in favor of agriculture. And he seemed to be open to that concept. Obviously, we're years away from anything actually happening, but my feeling is we need to get that idea out there from the get-go so that it's being considered all along as they're making plans. So we'll see, first of all, she gets the money from CPC, and then after that will become town meeting as to whether or not to purchase it and then get the grants. So it's a long-term prospect, but I
Was Pine speaking of other monies and grants besides CPC?
Yes.
Oh, yes, she has to
yeah.
be. They're not gonna give her that much.
Yeah, no, we don't have that much.
CPC was primarily for the. Stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the additional rest of it, she's working. with it.
Yeah.
And
And,
there is some money.
Yeah, and Matt said that he would also look to see if there are any agricultural grants. I haven't put any time into that yet, but I also want to research to see if there's any agricultural grants.
That land that we just saved on Winthrop Street, we got a $400,000 grant, which paid back half of the CPC money
Right,
that we took to
right.
buy it.
But that was for conservation land.
Right.
It wasn't for agriculture.
Yeah, no, conservation.
Mm.
But I think my neighbor Jim, who's on the Conservation Commission, I think he said that there was some sort of a study being done in there about doing something to the old bogs to manage the water, the
Oh,
the
yeah.
standing water in there and the mosquitoes and ways to change the bogs back to something else. I don't know, I don't
Probably
know,
not return it to agriculture.
I mean, I don't know. It might not be specific as to what it be, I don't really know. He just kind of mentioned it one day to me, but I don't know the details.
So I didn't know what you all thought. If you weren't at the meeting, I think I sent you the link to the video. It just got my thinking gears going about what could be done here. Especially where we have a piece of property that's up for sale. And if the town does acquire it, what role could we play in developing and keeping some agricultural going?
We did talk about some of the bogs would go back to natural along the old stream bed. And, but we did talk about some of the newer bogs. Trying to maintain those, so we probably, the total, my guess is around 7 acres.
Well, it depends.
You know, depending on where.
Yeah, I've got the map, and it's surrounded, it's got quite a bit of townland surrounding it.
Newer ones and ones in the street.
Yes.
Yeah, the part where the
To the
Costa
west.
House was is 1.8 acres, and then on the right, there's 27, and then on the left, there's 20, and then there's another parcel of 4. Wow. So
I wonder
the acreage.
if the town did buy that, if Matthias's would be interested in taking care of the bog in exchange for the berries or whatever.
No, where's Barry?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, my personal feeling is you're gonna have a hard time recruiting John. He's so off street.
Right,
It's
it's
Yeah.
true.
industry right now.
Yeah, I would think if they were at all interested, they would have been
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
Well, they do have an interest in that they use it to drainage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was wondering, so they get their water from that,
Cross.
yeah. And how far does that extend? I didn't see that on. I didn't do a graphical map to see.
It's a pretty decent size. Well,
Yeah, but would it be accessible for that front fog across the street?
You'd have to park.
You have to, you have to make. And I don't even wanna go down this road, cause I don't know enough about it, but you build a retention pond of some sort,
Mhm.
as I say, it's so,
Yeah,
and I know everything about.
Do you remember, Jean, how many acres of farm in Duxbury was?
they were just developing 10. They were just doing 10 of the parcel.
I
The rest was
thought
gonna
that
be
was the
conservation.
greatest thing.
Hmm?
I thought that was a win-win for everybody.
Like I said earlier, it really got my thinking going about
That was incredible.
what's possible.
Where is
Yeah.
that property in Duxbury?
It's right off 53, it's right next to the O'Neill farm.
Oh.
It was what farm was it? I should know.
So it's close to
I'll
me.
tell
Is
you,
it
I'll tell
old
you,
Di Lorenzo land?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's the Di Lorenzo land
but there's a great thing in, Animal South Shore
on that,
about it.
yeah.
Oh, really?
A couple of issues.
Two
about
issues.
Yeah,
it.
two issues, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this sentence probably has some.
I do have.
So that also got me thinking about, do we have a complete list of all the 61A properties? So I got that from the assessors. office. What properties, primary, as to what properties are considered 61A around town. So I think we really should have, in the back of our minds where these are located. And kind of get alerted when anything might be happening. Did I send this out to everybody? Okay.
You did?
All right. I thought so.
It was in an evening.
You gotta read your email. He just doesn't text. And you don't read emails.
All right, anything else to add to that? Just, I guess we'll all try to keep an eye on things, see where it goes. Everybody a chance to read, minutes from the last meeting?
Yeah, and I put the wrong date in here. In the minutes.
Yeah, it should be
Oh.
11,
I think it was-
11.
I think it was still,
11/16,
Wait, what was the date of the last meeting?
11/16.
Oh, okay.
And then we just saw something, we have members, myself included, that have to renew membership.
Yes.
in the icon.
I mean,
Yeah, they'll probably send you an email in March or April.
I actually stopped in Paul Gallagher's office and said, I'm ready to sign. And he said, yeah, you got anything for this on?
Yeah, they have to reappoint you.
I said,
You're not going anywhere. You push me into this position, you're staying.
Hmm.
Well, we have it on tape. He said he was ready to renew.
yeah,
So did, everybody, take a vote, please.
You need a motion
Oh,
first.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes from the 11/16.
Yep.
Second.
Anybody? I wasn't here, so I can't.
Yes, you can.
Okay, well,
I was here on the 16th.
Okay, all in favor?
I will abstain since I was not here.
Aye. All three. Okay,
Yes,
it's,
Come on.
I'm
three
sleeping.
with an abstention. Yeah, I'm just as confused. I was up at 3:30 this morning. Couldn't go back to sleep.
I hate that.
All right, agricultural programs for 2024. I'm just gonna throw out about the maple syrup. Karen's going up to New York. She's gonna spend a day with her friends, so she's gonna try to see if we can pin Mike down and a date. We'll talk about maple syrup.
Okay.
But the crazy weather is gonna mess up their maple sugaring operation royally, so I'm not sure just when and how that's gonna happen. Beth isn't here, so. And how are you guys doing on, talking to, the high school thing, you and Barry?
He's
I
doing
didn't, I
excellent.
didn't make the last,
Well,
I didn't make the last.
well, it was, you and Barry were both here. And you guys would have talked to Elliot and others about some sort of a program for promoting agricultural schools and letting people know where they are. I agree. We did agree to that. And as did Barry, although he's running to Florida. So we got a corner.
Barry agrees a lot, and then he runs to Florida and comes back. Is there a good nursing home we could hold this meeting?
I wish that one would joke. All righty, so, I mean, if anybody else has any ideas, it would be great.
Yeah, because Barry was also supposed to talk to Elise. about
Yes,
some
about
of the
flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea, man.
Yes,
Okay,
I have nothing to report on the native plants yet.
how about the seed library? I kind of jumped over that. Have you spoken to anyone about that, Gene?
No, I had mentioned to Donald before that we would, was there anything we could do to support that? I don't think we can use any of our budget money for purchasing. of
Probably
things.
not.
You know, it's designated for programs, so I don't know, maybe we would be able to fit that in the programs. But I know he said that they need to purchase some seeds, and I said, well, can you keep us informed if there's anything that we can do to help with that. Or even promoting,
What the heck is that big seed company?
but they,
Yeah, Berkeley sometimes has last year's seeds and someone online is really,
why not we
really,
get quite a few donations of seeds from different companies?
yeah,
So,
there may be something.
but I think he said they were probably going to have to purchase some supplement. So I haven't heard from him, just to look, you know. Make offers and you wait.
Meeting with the Plymouth County Ag Cops, I'd like to weigh in on this one. Maybe you can jump in, Gene, but I'd like to start planning now. Maybe we can host next year. Everybody agrees to that.
I had a
I
good
mean,
time.
It was a lot of fun. The name for maybe February. It's a pretty slow time.
Mhm.
For just a 25. February 25. Yeah, 25. It's late now.
Yeah, what happened? with
Do they
Duxbury? I
still-
thought
yeah.
Duxbury was gonna do something.
You know, well, they weren't necessarily gonna do something, but they were gonna contact me, and I spoke to Greg. And then it's sort of shame on me too, because I kind of dropped it, and Greg told me Jeff was supposed to get hold of me.
And that didn't happen.
It didn't happen, so I really didn't want to push him because
Yeah.
he's had stuff going on, so.
But, yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
think we can
there's
plan,
not much to it. There really isn't, you know, you send out the invitation and get people to respond. The thing is, it's been a while since we did it, and I don't know that I have up to date information
Contact.
on contacts, right? Yeah.
if we plan early enough, we can probably get that stuff through the course of the summer, and be able to send out invitations.
Hmm?
You unlock the door.
Yes.
I have the key.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the one lock on the side. Okay.
Yeah.
So that takes it.
I interrupt you, you talk right then.
Excuse
He's
me.
the chairman.
Excuse me.
You usually have, well, I don't know, but there's a guest speaker. You have to get
Well, that's
somebody
it.
in, right?
Yeah, first of all, when I mean, you know, all this to get involved, contacting different ad coms, just to get the contact information. And once I have that, I put it into that software program, invite, send it out.
Huh?
But yeah, planning program and, yeah, and we made a lot of food last time.
We made a lot of food.
And then people brought food,
Yeah.
so I think we'll have to clarify whether it's, you know, everybody is expected to contribute. I know John did the oysters last year for the last time, which seemed to be very popular. But yeah, I think planning a good solid program that would interest people, get them to come out, especially if it's a cold, snowy February night.
Yeah.
Or maybe that, the people from Duxbury.
To talk about their
Can talk
program.
about that new plan that they're doing in Duxbury.
Yeah.
That's a good
Probably
idea.
nobody else knows about it,
Exactly.
or very few people know about it.
I thought they were really embraced presentation.
Yeah.
It's really
I wasn't
interesting.
here. I couldn't have. But, that, I mean, that's, since they already came here and did a presentation, they must be into doing presentations.
Yeah, no, and he already had his PowerPoint and everything.
Yeah.
Um,
That would probably be interesting.
The other thing I was thinking of was, getting someone from CMAP. to talk about what they're doing. I don't know if you have all started getting their letter, their newsletter. They've got a lot of programs going. It's focused more, I think, on the southeast section of the state, but they've got some really great programs going. They have farmers nights where they get together, Twilight series, and they're making sure everybody knows the plants are available, and letting people know when there's land available to rent. I'm impressed from where they were just a few years ago, and going into one of their annual meetings, what they're doing now. I don't know how many people in this area are involved with CNAP. They seem to have quite a few things going. They've got staff, pretty good executive director from what I can see. So I think that might be, a fallback if the guys aren't available. And then I'm willing to report some of another year.